Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Taking a look here at Solana for our weekend update. What we're going to double check is, well, first of all, if this Elliott wave pattern is going to play out. It's kind of feeling like it will, which does imply we might see the 154 to possibly low 150 range, right? Now again, that's not a guarantee by any stretch. We're still honoring our ascending trend line. There's a lot of different scenarios that could still play out, but so far this is looking likely or probable just based on Bitcoin retracing back to that 64.5, 65K range. I just reviewed Bitcoin and there is a CME gap developing. So keep in mind, we have a CME gap upwards about 66,200. So hypothetically, we close below that level here, then there's a solid chance we're going to see the price action be able to recover. So that's good news in the most part, implying that we'll probably see some upside here in the relative near future, even if we see a red weekend, which is par for the course. And just know that the market is responding normally to the way that things had happened earlier in the week. Okay, so it's really common to see some profits getting taken on a weekend, specifically when we have a really strong Friday or weekdays. Okay, so that's just kind of something to think about. Let's take a look at the backend data here. Let's go ahead and reload this here, make sure we're up to par on that. Quick congrats to our committee too. I just want to say thanks for the awesome feedback. Things are working pretty well. We got some really nice targets there. All targets achieved with not 61% in 24 hours. Then of course we saw what VeChain, Polkadot, Filecoin, MNT, ICP, Neo Protocol, and ADA. So it's a really, really good week for us here. Again, awesome stuff. Congrats and thank you too. Glad that worked out well for you. Again, it doesn't always work out perfectly, but for the most part, we've been hitting all of our targets here lately, and it's awesome. We do have two longs right now that are kind of like slightly in the red, but that's normal when weekends like this occur. So with Solana, is it worth taking a long or a short? Well, let's see. First of all, liquidation. There's a tremendous amount of liquidation below the price action, more so than above. And I say tremendous just because there's like a $500 million liquidation event at $152. So 152 could be a focal point for a pivot or a bounce. Again, that kind of aligns with our Elliott wave here, or more importantly, just working its way down the fib levels here. I'll show you on the charts here shortly. And if we do take a look at the macro here, of course, we can see, the majority of liquidation, each one of these bars is worth close to about $1 billion. So between now and 152, we are looking at somewhere as a rough estimate between 4 to 5 billion total. Okay. And if we do kind of zoom in a little more granular, we can see here, these are some of those liquidation events right there at about 152.80. We got a pretty solid amount right here as well hold on, let's change this actually. This looks a little better if we adjust this to max. All right, so what we want to look at here, just really quick to clarify these areas. Yeah, so 30 million there. So 154, 152.80, and then 151. There's some pretty significant liquidation events that could occur with low, middle, and high leverage. Okay, so obviously the high leverage is right there at about 154. I think it seems pretty probable at this point that that's what we're looking at moving forward. And obviously you can kind of see the markets break even here for the most part. A lot of coins are essentially doing well, and also some are poorly structured. They're dropping hard. But we can see SHIB, Floki, like a lot of meme coins are doing well. And keep in mind, when meme coins do well, it does kind of signal a slight reversal in the market. They're usually the last ones to pump. So I'm not surprised by this. Okay, this is not a major correction by any stretch, folks. Do not get super concerned. We start losing some trend lines. We start diverging on a lot of multiple time frames, a different story altogether. But let's look at that here. First of all, just to clarify, give you kind of some understanding of what's going on here. The overall sense here, we can see that we're above all moving averages on the daily. That's fantastic. We get a significant fair value gap down as low as 134. We've talked about that previously, nothing to worry about just yet, but it's still something to be mindful of. Our trend strength index is great. MACD still looking good. Stochastic swinging up. Money flow index pulling back a little bit. Slight sign of reversal. And then we got, of course, our RSI right at that sweet spot. So there's nothing here that's concerning at all to me. We are seeing divergences on Bitcoin's chart, such as MACD on the 4-hour. This is kind of just a little heads up, hey, price is shifting momentum. Big surprise, we know that. Stochastic's already bottoming out, and we can see money flow index tapering off. Again, these are all natural, normal things. So just because that says that doesn't mean it's a sell signal. It's not a red dot or whatever the heck it is that people will find on the charts. It is essentially just an idea or a concept of the fact that capitulation, a standard pullback makes sense, right? This is all very normal. So it doesn't mean you close everything, you just enter a bunch of shorts. It just implies that we're coming down, and the likelihood of bouncing off a support range of 154 is quite high. Once again, sweeping this area of liquidation could occur at 150 152.80. Remember that right there at that number. Pretty solid amount of liquidation there. So I think 154 to 152 is a likely probability here, but a strong chance of bouncing too, just based on that being kind of a local resistance turn support. Okay, so I don't think we're going to see a dramatic drop, but that is a potential reality possibly this weekend. Everything here is kind of letting us know that we're cooling off, though. It's just a cooling off period for folks. It's not a run for the hills kind of situation. It's crazy how many people will overreact and overrespond to that. Once more, again, you could be right. Okay, shorting right now down to whatever it is you're shooting for, that could be accurate. But I think if you have too lofty of a target, somewhere in the 130s or the double digits, for example, then you're doing it wrong. You got to secure profits whenever you can, because we have a lot of support below us, and it just makes more sense to take longs versus shorts right now because the market is telling us everything's moving up. Okay, I'm not saying to take a long right now. I think it's a little premature, and honestly, this 0.236 fib level at 156, I don't think that's going to play out quite as I wanted it to, even though the price is kind of doing what it was expected. I think Bitcoin's due to correct itself a little bit more. And with all these liquidation events too for Solana at those specific key ranges, which are coincidentally these fib levels here, leads me to believe we're going to see a bit more of a correction. So my money is on 152 to 154 getting tested there with a likely bounce and recovery at that point. Keep in mind, we would lose our ascending trend line if that happens, and we'll just reevaluate and see where we're at that point. Doesn't mean we just break bearish and we're all short all of a sudden. This is not the coin to short, honestly, because it's very strong in most cases, and you can see it's kind of more so back online than it has been before. All right, you've been warned. Anyways, that's kind of where we're at there. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, you want to join us over on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Get to know our community. We got an awesome group of folks here. It's been a great experience for everyone included. So thank you so much again for the awesome feedback. At the very least, jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord and enable alerts so you can get kind of up to date on certain playout charts and things that I'm kind of paying attention to, and essentially giving you some insight there. So hopefully we'll see you there. If not, cool too. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing the next one. Have a good day.